So my good people, let me just get this video in because I want to get this off my chest and I want to make this perfectly clear, because you always have people that think they can come on your channel spewing that nonsense and you're just gonna let it go. Let me say this, okay? I grew up in an era where we watched professional wrestling. It didn't matter if you had a favorite promotion. We really didn't care, man. We basically just loved to watch professional wrestling. So it didn't matter if it was UWF, if it was the NWA, AWA, WCCW, you know, if we was watching, you know, some lucha, Japanese wrestling, whatever we got a chance to watch, we watched. We understood that every company felt different. WCW felt different, you know, WWF at the time, whatever, everything felt different, and that's what it was supposed to. Smoky Mountain, we watched all of these different federations, and it was like, damn, we get to watch all of this, and then one by one, little by little, they all just started to disappear, and it literally was narrowed down to just having WCW, ECW, and WWF, and it was like, goddamn, you know, the independents you barely saw, and you have like a local access channel at home, and it'd be some like little independent company in some little high school gym somewhere and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't the same. It's like when we were kids, we used to go to every store you went to, every convenience store, sold a bunch of magazines, and every single one had a section with comics. So we go get our comic books. You know, everybody, oh yeah, man, we sit there, read our comics, then swipe, let me read that one, give you that one. And we did. We used to draw a lot. We were artists. We used to make our own comics. I mean, we had fun as kids, man. And wrestling was wrestling. It wasn't till the Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. era of him wanting to play this divide and conquer shit, and he wants the WWF to be the only dominant company and all this bullshit, and people started to, you know, do this pick and choose nonsense. And it all just changed little by little. Well, if I go home at 6:05 and watch WCW, right, and let's just say that same night happened to be one of those nights where they have Saturday night's main event, or then all of a sudden the following week, you know, you have Clash of Champions, and so it was always something that we looked forward to. Once WCW went away, it was like I stopped watching wrestling for a long time. And I had, you know, I checked back in for certain reasons, certain people. But it just gets to the point where I really just don't like it wasn't a social thing for me. It wasn't. I ain't need nobody in the house with me. If I'm watching something I enjoy, cool. But this time your friends are over, you guys are, you know, having fun, and you're playing your video games. It wasn't like now. We sit there, we're playing Nintendo. After a while, boom, unplug it, plug up the Genesis. We you know, everything. TurboGrafx 16. You know, like we had all these different systems, and we had fun. And I'm watching the same thing happen in the video game. Oh, it's pick a side. Yeah, you had people that was trying to tell you Genesis was better or whatever because Nintendo was already known, and then there's always let's go with the new one or whatever. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't the same type of thing. And we played games. Nobody made a big deal out of what was. It's like, fuck it, bring your Genesis over. All right, I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to bring what? And then I was just buying all these systems. As a kid, I started working at 13 years old. What the fuck though happened where everything is, people feel like they need something or someone to validate something. If everybody's not saying it, then it's not true. Bullshit. Look, when Ron Killings told you motherfuckers out there, there's always somebody trying to tell you who and what you are, what you're supposed to be. And he snapped on Bully Ray and snapped on the WWE, you know, creative and all, right? What y'all think that he meant? So when I tell you guys, okay, that Mercedes Monè is the GOAT in my eyes, who the fuck are you to tell me she's not? Like, what you're saying is going to make me change my mind. First of all, let me say, I don't believe in no greatest of all time in nothing. Why? Because it's subjective. Because if we go by stats alone, people going to make excuses and move the goalposts and try to bring something else into play. It's like somebody saying LeBron surpassed Jordan with scoring points. But it took this motherfucker 7 extra years to do it. Which means he's still trying to catch up with Jordan's stats after 7 years extra. So how the fuck are you better than somebody when if you would have stopped playing ball, if you would have played ball the same amount of years that Jordan did, it's not even close. Kobe and nobody else, same thing. Not even close. If we start going by championship rings, yeah, but championship rings and everything. Why? Because the person that you like more don't have as many rings. So there's always, let's just keep moving the goal. I don't even care about all that. Now, I've never seen a basketball player that I felt was better than Michael Jordan. If I did, I'd say that shit. But I personally don't see anybody that I feel like, nah, that dude's better than Michael Jordan. I've seen no fighters that I think is better than a prime Muhammad Ali. But I'm not here to debate that shit. I don't care if you like Michael Jordan or not. Fuck Michael Jordan. I don't know him personally. I'm not friends with the guy. I don't know Muhammad Ali personally. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here to try to tell you who you should like and why. That's your business who you like. Like it's my business who the fuck I like. When I say Mercedes Monè is the GOAT to me, I stand on what the fuck I'm saying. And none of you are going to question my shit or have a fucking I don't have to explain shit to you. Now, what I'm going to explain to the people of my channel is really simple. Those who get it, get it. Those who are bitch made, just keep your stupid comments to yourself, because fuck you. Who the fuck are you to tell me what the fuck should be in my head? At one point, if you would ask me, I've never really had a favorite, like to say, oh, that's my favorite rapper, oh, that's my favorite song, I really don't. It depends on how I feel. Out of all the songs that I hear and like, let's see, if I was to say, if you ask me who is my favorite rapper, for example, I would have to just look at who I listen to the most and I could say who that person could be, but man, it's not like I'm a fan. It's not like I'm, like, oh man, I gotta have every song this motherfucker ever made, and I'm sitting here debating who's what. I don't care about that shit, man. I don't care about that shit. If you ask me any of that. Now, since we're talking about professional wrestling, let me say this. There's no wrestler on earth that I've ever liked more than I like Sting as a wrestler. Ever since I was a fucking kid, I'm watching this dude like, yo, this dude is... And this was back when the Rock and Flash days of the Blade Runners, him and the Ultimate Warrior. Sting has always been like that dude. And when I watched the Ultimate Warrior when he was the Dingo Warrior, then I watched him go to the WWF and become the Ultimate Warrior, I always felt like Sting was a better performer than he was. Okay, even when they were a tag team, Sting was the better one, even though they were very green, but you saw Sting's skills develop far better than Warrior's skills did. But Warrior's character overall, and then later on, he became, like, his style worked for him. Let's put it to you like that. Okay? He wasn't an all-around performer, but his style worked for him. I'm not telling you because I say I like Sting more than everybody else that you should too. But if you just happen to, and that's something we agree on, cool. Who the fuck are you to come in my fucking comment? No, Sting ain't the best. It's Shawn Michaels. Fuck you and Shawn Michaels. I didn't fucking ask you who you thought was the best. And even if you think that, don't fucking tell me I'm wrong, asshole. You just don't think it's Sting. What the fuck does that have to do with me? I don't even like Shawn Michaels. I was watching that motherfucker when him and Marty Jannetty was the fucking Rockers, and I never gave a fuck about the Rockers. You're going to tell me who I'm supposed to... Okay. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. So, now. Mercedes Monè. Racking up on titles. Living her best life. You guys want her to be a slave to the machine and come crawling back to the WWE. But instead, Mercedes Monè decides she's going to AEW. Big respect for that. Naomi obviously didn't have the confidence that she could do what Mercedes did. So she goes back to the WWE. Her choice, no problem. What has Mercedes Monè done since she's been in AEW? Let's look at that. What has Naomi done since she's been back in the WWE? Other than lose matches, be a part of some worthless matches, a replacement for a legitimately injured Jade Cargill. Okay, cool. All right. Probably Bianca probably went in and pitched that idea. Who knows? And then she was just attacked. So bottom line, you can't even fucking compare Naomi to Mercedes Monè. So who made the better choice? The one who's walking around here right now with 5 fucking belts around her waist, her shoulders, and her arms? Or the one who basically went back to the same situation she walked away from? And if you don't know why Mercedes and Naomi both walked away from the WWE in the first place, then you should shut the fuck up. And who are you to dictate someone's life? Now, if Naomi's happy where she is, great. Cool. You don't hear me saying she should have went to AEW too. No, you did what you wanted to do. My whole thing is, Mercedes Monè believes in herself. She believes in AEW, is obvious. And look at what she's been doing since she's been there. There's not a female on this planet that out-wrestles her. There's not a female on this planet with that same type of success and doing the same things. You want to come tell me about some skinny ass, long fucking Charlotte? I don't care about no Charlotte fucking Flair. Nobody asks. We're not asking questions. We don't care who you like. Look, I like Jade Cargill. But Jade Cargill in WWE is watered down. She's just another wrestler, nothing special about her. And she get these lukewarm cheers when she come out now. Not that huge pop she used to get. No, the dominance that people thought they were going to see. Nope. WWE took that away from her. I like Bayley. Bayley just has no presence. She has 0 mic skills. And like I said, she needs a change in character. She needs to change her gear. She needs to... Bayley just don't... She basically can wrestle. She's solid in the ring, but she's boring as fuck overall. And the WWE is based on all of this, let's just grab a microphone and talk each other to death. But then give a half-ass match. Okay. I remember when Roxanne was just called Roxy, right? Roxanne Perez, they did her good in NXT, but since she's been on the main roster, she's done much of nothing. Shayna Baszler was a beast at NXT, but she's gone. I like Zoe Starks, but she's injured. She's out. I like Io Sky. Io Sky barely fucking wrestles. Kairi Sane is catching heat because, you know, she did a move on Liv Morgan, and then Liv Morgan dislocated her shoulder and has to get surgery. So they're saying a bunch of shit, saying what they did Nia Jax. They always want to tell all these people who can't fucking get in the ring and wrestle, cut, or promo, do nothing, but they always got a whole bunch of insults to people. Why do you care about people insulting Kairi Sane, though? For you that do, why? You don't have a problem with people talk shit about AEW. Like, it's cool if a company was out of business and you got a bunch of wrestlers that have no job right now, and then they got to try to, hey, I got to hook up with whoever I can on an independent circuit or TNA, WWE, wherever I can go because I have to work. I got mouths to feed. I got bills to pay. Why the fuck do y'all care about one person but not a whole company? It doesn't matter, and we don't care. If you don't like something, just don't watch it. This is how petty and full of hate. You're a bunch of evil, religious, hypocritical, like real scumbag, two-faced pieces of shit of people, because you guys say you don't like something, but you watch it just to criticize it. Then you claim you hate it so much, but you just have to watch. So if you see comments saying AEW is doing it right, why the fuck do you feel the need to watch the video? Because you're going to leave a stupid comment, I'm going to curse your stupid ass out, then delete you and block you. Why the fuck do you feel the need to focus more on AEW conversations? You sit up here like a bunch of little bitch-made sissies, on your knees with your mouth open, waiting for Master to come stick his cock down your throats because you sit up here and call yourselves getting angry at people because they like AEW. Like they're not supposed to because you don't want them to. Mercedes Monè, okay, let me say this shit and say it loud and clear, is a young black woman who contributed the same way y'all talk about Hogan racist ass did this and he fuck Hulk Hogan. She contributed, okay, a lot to the WWE as well. She won championships and couldn't hold them due to WWE's lousy ass booking and creative. She took a stand and decided, fuck this, I'm not going to take this shit. She left. And when she left, she created her own lane and she started to rebuild herself as a brand. She came to AEW and things just got even better for her. All these haters, oh, the show was good, but Mercedes Monè, fuck you with this whiny bitch shit. I think you dudes just like dudes or something. Maybe you guys are gay. I'm just saying. Maybe you like men because you guys got so much to say in a negative light about a bunch of women over nothing. She ruined this show. No, she ruined nothing. She won another title, and you guys, you guys, a lot of you are a bunch of racist motherfuckers, and a lot of you are just a bunch of childish, no pussy getting motherfuckers. Because when I listen to you guys talk, it's like, do you hate women or something, man? Because you guys just say things that make no sense. She ruined a whole... No, she didn't ruin shit. You probably wanted her to lose. You probably want Toni Storm to win. I love Toni Storm. Best character in wrestling right now. She plays her character. If Toni Storm came out looking like Marilyn Monroe, but was the same Toni Storm we always saw, does it matter? If The Undertaker came out dressed like The Undertaker, but was still doing the same things he was doing as Mean Mark Callis, what's the purpose? If Abaddon looked the way she did, but she came out, talked normal, did regular shit, what's the purpose? If Papa Shango came out dressed like that, but just say, what's the purpose? Toni Storm plays her character down. Every wrestler does not have a distinguished character. That's why when you get them, let's make the most of it. Best character in wrestling, my favorite. So fuck you for trying to tell me anything. Her character, she plays her character down. Simple. You probably want Toni Storm to win, and you probably feel like, man, this fucking black bitch gonna win another. She's gonna beat Storm. I believe she is too. I love the both of them. You guys just make no sense. You sound like a couple of pussies sitting up making videos just showing a bunch of hate about nothing. If you like AEW, but you complain about Mercedes Monè for whatever reason, I don't care. I will never go on your channel and tell you what you should and shouldn't think. I don't have to watch your shit. But all I hear is people angry at a female that can wrestle. She brings a lot to the table. She's dedicated to her craft. She shows up and don't wrestle only on pay-per-views. She's a heel that wins clean. And in fact, you want to know one of the things I love about her too? How they use Mercedes Monè. Mercedes Monè will win matches, not always with her finisher. She'll reverse some shit mid-air. She'll reverse some shit on the mat. She's all around a solid wrestler. That woman that she wrestled was much bigger than her. Maybe she couldn't get her on her back to put her in that finishing move. I don't know. But she still has, I don't know if she still calls it the bank statement, but, that didn't work. She tried that. Mercedes Monè will pull something out of thin air and boom, bow, she got you. I love that about her. See, go back to the old bullshit Hulk Hogan days. I couldn't stand watching Hulk Hogan. And it was like, man, I really just, whenever he wrestled, I didn't even want to watch. Because him as a character was corny as fuck. His look was corny as fuck with that pot belly and that balding head and those fucking dusty, dirty, stinking, funky, dingy yellow shorts and those fucking yellow boots and red knee pads. And the dude was just corny as fuck to me. How the fuck is Mr. Perfect, so highly intelligent. All these different wrestlers are so, this person is this, Harley Race, the king. Harley Race is one of the better technical wrestlers, Ric Flair, all these people. But somehow when they wrestle Hulk Hogan, they become dumb as fuck. Now, we're not talking about signature move and finishing move. We're talking about a whole setup of Hulk Hogan does the same thing. He's getting beat down, and the second you hit him, and he, and all this shit, and you hit him again, and hit him, and it's the same thing. And they always do the same. Why nobody never took it to his knee, took it to his ankle, kicked him in the fucking butt? What? No, it's the same thing. Just come after him, and they all just decide, let's start punching the guy. Hit him. All of a sudden, he does his little point, and the crowd says it with him. Then all of a sudden, they throw 3 punches. He block, punch, block, punch, block, punch, punch, punch. Push you to the rope, throw you to the ropes, big boot. Then he does this shit, bounce off the fucking rope, leg drop, 1, 2, 3. I mean, every fucking match is like, damn. And this is why I was watching Sting. Sting gonna give you the splash, then the Scorpion Deathlock. But it's not gonna happen the same, but it's always gonna be something different. And I was watching how, okay, Hogan had that bullshit. Hogan couldn't really wrestle that good. So basically we gotta give him other things and put him in this invincible state where you just can't hurt Hogan. Once you get to that point where he becomes impervious to pain, okay, whatever, but he was so fucking corny. Wrestling has changed a lot since then. I'm cool with finishing moves and signature moves. But what I'm saying is, when somebody beats you the same way every time, like you know this move is coming, and that move is coming, then that move, then this and that shit is garbage. So let's look at Mercedes Monè. Mercedes Monè is someone, when I look at her, I'm going, yeah. This is what it is right here. I love what she's doing. Mercedes Monè is living her life where she's finding fulfillment in her life, and she's happy. And she took control. And she linked up with Tony Khan and a company that is going to allow her to come in and do her. Doesn't mean, oh, you're going to run over me and do what you want. No, I'm saying someone who they see value in her, and they're letting her go out and perform. All of that shit makes her the GOAT to me. Who the fuck are you to fucking question me and try to tell me, no, she's not? Fuck you. I need your fucking permission, bitch. So, I look at her. I look at Sting. The dude was solid in the ring. Sting basically didn't have a problem with losing to people, which is one of the things that I always hated about the good guys, because they always, like when they get to that point, trying to get the other guys over, these ungrateful, fucking untalented motherfuckers, or even the ones that have talent, but it's always the face that wants to, want to be so nice to try to get someone over. Now the heels do it, of course, but basically, like I said, things change. But Sting built everything that he built through the NWA, all of it, from the very beginning to his ending. But bottom line, I watched him develop into the wrestler that he became, and basically, I always enjoyed his character, and always like it was just always Sting was just that guy. Well, I watched him become the icon without the WWE. By the time he finally went there, he was already towards the end of his career. If it's not for AEW, the last time you see Sting in a wrestling ring would have been against Seth Rollins when he got that stinger to his neck. But bottom line, what did Sting do? He comes to AEW, stays undefeated, becomes tag team champions with Darby Allin, and gave us nothing but joy since he was there. Bottom line. And he went out on his terms. Sting's the GOAT to me. Who the fuck are you to tell me anything different? We're not sitting here just talking about, who your favorites are. I don't have a problem with that. But don't come and fucking tell me I'm wrong. Like you're trying to correct me because I'm supposed to see things the way you see it. Everybody else who see it different from you is wrong, but you just happen to get it right. Who cares about Shawn Michaels' little scrawny ass? You got people that will tell you, oh, no, it's The Undertaker. No, it's Stone Cold. No, it's The Rock. No, it's Triple H. No, well, Triple H has only had that many title shots because he was screwing the boss's wife. So, bottom line, and if you want to go by numbers, well, you can't even put Shawn Michaels in the fucking equation because Sting by far past him, Kurt Angle by far past him, Jeff Jarrett by far past him, Ric Flair by far past him. And the funny thing is, y'all bring up John Cena, all these, The Rock. So when you bring up Ric Flair and say he's one of the GOATs, mind you, 14-time world champions was WCW and NWA. Only 2 with the WWE. Yeah. So without the WWE, he's a 14-time world heavyweight champion. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? So you can't put Ric Flair in the equation if we're going to eliminate his whole body of work. And we're not even talking about singles titles, anything else he's doing, anybody else, other titles, just world championship titles. So if we're going to go by that, then that means Ric Flair generally ain't shit because he only has 2 reigns. That means we got to put AJ Styles over him and all these other people. You come to WWE and they overlook your body of work. You know what's funny? When Naomi wrestled the other day, they were like the 2-time WWE Women's Champion. Why they never mention the fact she was a TNA Knockouts champion? They do business with TNA. But let's just overlook her accolades. Oh, maybe it doesn't matter because wrestling is fake anyway, and titles don't matter because it's fake fighting. So why mention the WWE titles? Let me tell you something. AJ Styles came to WWE with that bullshit because they told him to say that shit. I've won titles all over the world, but unless I do it in WWE, none of it means nothing, really. So when you sacrifice and leave your family home to go wrestle in Ring of Honor, it meant nothing. When you was leaving to go and wrestle in WCW before it ended, it meant nothing. When you were in Japan with the Bullet Club, it meant nothing. So anything else in your career meant nothing. All the sacrificing, all the abuse you did to your body, it only counts when you go to WWE. That's what you call a certified fucking slave. Mercedes Monè said, fuck that. You motherfuckers don't own me. We're not going to do this shit. And it pisses you off to see Mercedes Monè standing there with all those titles, doesn't it? Why? Simply because she's not in the WWE? And you going to come talk about some fucking Charlotte Flair's boring ass. Nobody gives a fuck about no damn Charlotte Flair. I don't give a fuck. I've never liked Charlotte Flair. I think she can perform in the ring, but I just never gave a fuck about Charlotte Flair. I didn't like Bayley's character when she was coming out, all that goofy shit with those balloons or whatever, but hey, I thought she could wrestle. I thought Shayna Baszler was an absolute beast. They brought her to the main roster and did nothing with her. Then you guys talk about AJ Lee, talk about how great she was. AJ Lee was okay, man. She was okay. There was nothing special about AJ Lee. Not to me, it wasn't. But yet, how the fuck do you even compare AJ Lee to Mercedes Monè? How? How? Now, who your favorite is, that's your preference. Who the fuck am I to say and tell you, well, you shouldn't? No. Based on your own bullshit logic, you can't compare no fucking... What the fuck has AJ Lee done? Other than retire early, and y'all was dying and begging for her to come back. You did the same thing with Paige. You did the same fucking thing. It's always when someone leaves the WWE, you miss them so much. But when they pop up at AEW, somehow you don't give a fuck about them no more. Look, the WWE, okay, they do not define professional wrestling. The WWE defines what it does as a company. AEW doesn't define professional wrestling. They represent professional wrestling far better than the WWE does because they wrestle. But AEW defines what they do as a company. IWGP does not define professional wrestling. They define what they do as a company. TNA, MLW, start all this, so forth and so on. There's no one fucking company that defines what the genre of professional wrestling is. Now, as a collective, every company is wrestling one way or another. So stop with that coming to people's channels because they like AEW, trying to talk your bullshit about WWE. Nobody gives a fuck about these people you talking about. I like Rhea Ripley. I like her look. I like her as a performer in the ring. In terms of her promos, she stinks. She stinks. She's not the best female wrestler. She doesn't have to be. They have watered her down to the point now she comes out smiling, waving at people, just doing a bunch of silly shit. Then she'll get angry and get a couple of moves off and then end up, you know what's so funny? You guys are calling Mercedes Monè Hulk Hogan. You say the same thing about Rhea Ripley. You say the same thing about Bianca Belair. But you guys don't know what the fuck you like, but you're always trying to dictate something. If you think Bianca Belair gets too many title shots, if you think Rhea Ripley gets too many title shots, and a lot of people are getting tired of it. They said the same shit. Oh, she gets all these. Okay, how the fuck are you going to bring up a fucking Charlotte Flair, who's a 14-time fucking champion? Who the fuck got more title shots than Flair? And if you're going to sit here, but she's better. Fuck you, man. Everybody don't like Charlotte Flair. And in fact, Charlotte Flair is just as boring as Bayley on the microphone. They have two different wrestling styles, but I like Bayley. I don't like Charlotte Flair. I don't care for her. If she popped up in AEW, you wouldn't hear me go, hey, I like her all of a sudden. No. I don't try to control where someone goes and what they do. But I don't think much of Charlotte Flair. You guys are the ones. Like, you'll never see me. I'm going to some fights, actual fights this Saturday. You'll never see me doing this shit to nobody. Bro. I don't do that shit. I don't bow to nobody. I'm not beneath anyone. You simps sit there, go to these fucking live events with replica belts over your shoulder, sticking your tongue out and holding it, wanting to be in front of the camera, want everybody to see you. Like, bro, I got belts, but I won my belts. Like boxing, like I've won titles. You buy your titles, and you go to these shows worshiping these people. I've seen grown ass men on TikTok sit there playing like 2K with the fucking WWE belt on their shoulder, like goofy shit. I watched fucking guys sit there playing Undisputed Boxing or Fight Night Champions with a fucking with his head guard on and a fucking mouthpiece. Like, I watch a guy sit here and play Madden with a fucking football. Like, this is the childish, stupid shit that you guys do. See, let me explain this. Whatever you do for fun and what you find enjoyment and whatever, that's on you. But what I'm saying is, you're so childish. I understand why you say stupid shit like you do. Because you don't understand, you don't see things through the eyes, through the lens of a man. You see it as little boys, little kids. I don't give a fuck how old you are. You're childish and immature. Listen, just because the NFL is the most prestigious league in football, are you going to sit there and disrespect the CFL like they don't matter because you don't give a fuck because you're not Canadian? If you didn't like arena football, fine. Why slam it and talk shit about it, though? If you didn't like it, you don't like it, just don't watch it. You guys don't even do, especially you guys that are not even content creators. You guys just have a YouTube channel so you can just ho-hop from one guy to the next. And bottom line, when I see comments about people and all you're doing is just showing hate because that person found success without your beloved WWE, you're the one with the problem. Like, let's just be real. Look at all you hypocrites that talk about how Adam Copeland is your favorite wrestler. unfortunately, you won't be watching him in AEW. You wish him all the best. No, you don't, because you want AEW to go out of business. You stupid fuck. Because that's what your comments say. Everybody's your favorite until they leave the WWE. Wow. Just like if Ron Killings would have showed up at AEW with that same stupid ass gimmick that y'all miss so much, y'all would not have given a fuck. You guys would have gotten over it real quickly, and you guys could care less about Ron Killings. That's how fake you are. That's exactly what you guys do. Let's just talk and say shit. Oh, I'm so pissed off. I can't believe they let go of Ron Killings. Had he decided to go elsewhere, you guys wouldn't have been saying that shit. And I know you wouldn't have been saying that shit. You know you wouldn't have been saying it. You have all of these wrestling companies out here, man. I don't care which one you like. They do what they do. Like when ECW was out, did they remind you of WCW at all? Did they remind you of the WWE at all? No, they did what they did their way. It just didn't last. But the fact is, they stood out differently. WCW didn't feel like Raw. It's not supposed to. So, all of this bullshit where you guys think just because someone tells you, like someone else tells you, oh, unless you go to WWE, don't mean, no, fuck you. Fuck Bully Ray. Fuck all of these big mouth motherfuckers who want to sit and glaze everything that the fucking WWE does. Like, they're the only ones that mean anything. But then Bully Ray will take his bullet head ass to TNA or wherever else he's getting the paycheck from and wrestle for them. Which means you don't give a fuck about that company. All you care about is the paycheck. Worrying about what the fuck AEW is doing, yet you claim you don't like it. Wow. But you guys are so quiet when we talk about Money in the Bank being in front of a half-empty fucking crowd. Yeah, you guys are so proud about how last Monday Night's Raw was in front of a fucking crowd in Green Bay who drew over 6,000 fans when that building held well over 10,000. But you don't want to talk about that. No. The WWE, as I said, do not define what pro wrestling is. They only define their company. In fact, they're a disgrace in terms of being a wrestling company because they don't even call themselves a wrestling company. We are WWE. We are sports entertainment. That's all you are. They don't care about wrestling. Wrestling is like third. 1, finances. 2, making sure that they keep you fools linked in so you can keep giving them your money. In 3, then we'll put them in the ring. But do they even care about giving you top-level matches, quality matches? No, they don't. That's why someone like Chad Gable, who can wrestle, they make him this stupid whatever he call himself, Americano or whatever. Yeah, because they don't give a shit about him wrestling. They're so full of shit that these motherfuckers advertise, I forgot who it was, a WWE guy versus Vikingo at the next PLE that they have or whatever. But it's actually Vikingo versus Alberto El Patron. And that's not who the fuck they announced. Like Jeff Jarrett said, they don't give a fuck about AAA. And you guys are so quick to open your mouth like to say something like you're correcting us. Oh, thanks for telling me what your opinion is. Let me tell you something. Everybody has opinions. One thing about me is I base my opinions off the facts. But even just me feeling something that I see and you know what, I like this better, I really don't care for that. That's my opinion. Who the fuck are you to tell me that my opinion is wrong? Because I like someone else more than someone else because you think that this person's shit don't stink. Years ago, there's a boxer named Andre Ward who he retired 35-0 undefeated. Okay. Andre Ward was fighting. He was contracted with Showtime. They had a fighter named Chad Dawson who was contracted to HBO. Max Kellerman, the monster Chad Dawson, and Jim Lampley, and Larry Merchant, and all these other people had so much to say They all said Chad Dawson was too big, too strong. There was no way Andre Ward was going to beat him. I never saw Chad Dawson the way Max Kellerman and always calling somebody a goddamn monster or whatever. I never saw him that way. I always saw him as a front runner who was decent. He'd box, okay, first 5-6 rounds and then just fade out. And it's not because of what his opponents were doing. That was just him. He was a front runner. And I really said, man, Chad, I don't see much in Chad Dawson. Andre Ward should beat the shit out this dude. They fought. Andre Ward beat the shit out this dude. Now, here's a guy that won a Super 6 tournament against nothing but top-level guys as a middleweight. And pretty much he went in there. Skills is what paid the bills. And he went in there and spanked Chad Dawson. Hurt him. Chad Dawson took a knee. And the ref is counting. He asked me, you want to continue? And I hear him go, nah, I'm done. He quit. I helped him make his mind up that he didn't want any more smoke. He quit. What happened to the big bad Chad Dawson? His best wins is against 3 old washed-up fighters. Or old washed-up Antonio Tarver. An old washed-up Glenn Johnson. An old washed-up Bernard Hopkins. But guys in their youth like him, no smoke. Bottom line, Andre Ward was far better than Chad Dawson. But to the people that wanted Chad to win, well, you think it's validated because Max Kellerman said so. Because Jim Lampley said so. Because Larry Merchant said so. Because Teddy Atlas said so. And all of them were so wrong. You know how many countless times they've been wrong? But you want to focus on the 3 times out of fucking 80 tries that they fuck up, that they got right out of 80 fucking tries, right? That they get the other ones wrong. Bottom line, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Case in point, though, people thought Showtime fighters were second rate and that HBO fighters were superior to Showtime fighters. And I'm like, you guys are fools. You don't understand anything. And this is exactly the shit you guys try to pull with this AEW, WWE bullshit. If Hangman Adam Page or MJF was in the WWE, you guys would be fucking non-stop talking about how great they are and glazing them. It's just the fact they're not in the WWE. Simple. And you guys, like I said, think just because you bring up some names, you give a fuck about who you bought. Man, look. You got people that will tell you Alundra Blaze is the greatest. China was the greatest. The Fabulous Moolah was the greatest. Hey, Mildred Burke was the... I don't give a fuck who you think or why you think. That's your business, and I can care less about what you think. You didn't hear me one fucking time tell you who you should like and who you shouldn't. I'm telling your bitch ass, you're not going to fucking tell me who the fuck I should like and who I shouldn't. Simple as that. The fuck you going to tell me I should like Thanksgiving more than Christmas? You going to fucking tell me I should like winter more than the summer? Who the fuck are you? Just like I said, it's like Ron Killen said, there's always some motherfucker trying to tell somebody who and what the fuck they are. What something is and what it isn't. Who cares about your fucking opinion, man? If I made a video and said, hey, man, come in the comment section, let me know who your favorite wrestlers are. Cool. But that's not what I did. And like I said, you're not going to fucking tell me I'm wrong for who I like. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. This is exactly what I mean about you motherfuckers who have a slave master and a slave mentality. Because you think you can dictate what somebody else is thinking and what their liking is. And just because you sit here and glaze WWE all your life like this company can do no fucking wrong, that's your fucking business. I'm a grown-ass man, and not one of you some bitches going to tell me what the fuck I'm going to like and what I'm not going to like. And plain and simple, I don't know and don't give a fuck about what your problem is with Mercedes Monè. I don't know her personally. But even if I fucking did, at the same time, my point is, what she does in that ring is no joke. Like the dude said, Jade Cargill is wrestling in sellout front of, at WrestleMania in the front of a sellout crowd. Why, what's her name? Megan Bain is wrestling at AEW in front of half-empty crowds. You haven't seen no half-fucking-empty crowd in AEW since Megan Bane's been there. And we know why they were. Bottom line, you got to use common sense. Shit happens. And you got to use, hey, you know what? We get about 5,000, 6,000 people per show or whatever. Cool. We get buildings that hold that amount of people. We don't need a 15,000 seat arena if we're putting 6,000 people in the seats. Yeah, but then all of a sudden WWE has a PLE in front of a half fucking empty crowd. They have a Monday Night Raw just recently, half empty crowd. Yet you motherfuckers don't want to talk about that. Yeah. And when you say what Jade Cargill is doing, Jade Cargill was in AEW first, motherfucker. Why is WWE so interested in all AEW wrestlers? Why are you guys so interested if they suck so bad? So nobody's going to tell me what the fuck I should and shouldn't like. I always like the San Antonio Spurs in basketball. I never said at one point in time they're the greatest franchise. I don't care about that shit. I don't think no team beats the fucking Bulls. Not one, no version of the Bulls, no version of the championship winning Bulls, I don't see no team beating them. And I would say the closest that you might get to somebody may be the Spurs when they had David Robinson and Tim Duncan out there, like those 2 seasons. I think that's the best chance that you get. I think that's the best chance that you get. I don't even think that they beat them. During the regular season, the Bulls beat the Spurs with David Robinson and Tim Duncan on the floor. So I don't even know. I'm saying that's probably the closest you would have. I don't even think I have no reason to think any of these teams would beat the Chicago Bulls. I'm not here to debate that with you and try to tell you that, you know, stats are stats. Okay, who you like better is just subjective. But what you guys don't understand is not only are you wrong, of course, for telling somebody that they shouldn't like this or that because you just don't. But what you fail to understand, when you're talking about facts, that can't be debated. Okay? When you start adding your opinion like it's a fact, like if I tell you steak burgers are better than better, than just regular hamburgers, that would be my opinion if I told you that. Now imagine me telling you, oh, nah, you wrong, man. No, steak burgers are definitely not better. The fuck do you mean it? If that's not my liking, then that's not my liking. I'm going to sit here and tell you that you're wrong. Nah, man. Apple pie is better than sweet potato pie. Says who? Mercedes Monè is killing you motherfuckers. A lot of it is because you a bunch of racist motherfuckers. A lot of it is because you just jump on the bandwagon and say what other people are saying. And a lot of it is simply because she's no longer in the WWE and she's making history without them. And she don't need to go back there to be validated. She don't need shit from them to be validated. You know how greedy and how desperate the WWE is? Have you motherfuckers realized they got people inducted in their Hall of Fame that never even wrestled for them? You never seen the Great Muta no fucking WWE ring. Oh, they just giving him his flat. Nah, fuck out of here. Do you care if TNA inducts him? Do you care about TNA? They have a Hall of Fame. Whoever talks about it, though. And nobody talks about WWE's Hall of Fame outside of wrestling fans during the Hall of Fame. Nobody gives a shit about that shit overall. Nobody cares about that. I don't even watch the Hall of Fame during, when they have it during WrestleMania weekend. I don't even watch that shit. That's the one thing I don't even watch that shit. But hey, just saying, y'all. The hate is so real. But goddamn, you guys are such pussy little soft bitches, man. I've never seen people so angry about shit that don't even pertain to them. Look, you guys that like Roman Reigns, man, I got sick of watching WWE. I couldn't, it was just like, this dude, man. 4 fucking years of him holding the belt. And you calling fucking Mercedes Monè, Mercedes Hogan, and Roman Reigns had that bitch for 4 fucking years straight? And you, yeah, my tribal chief, sounding stupid. My tribal, a grown man claiming another man in his life. My tribal chief. What? Fuck, man. but this is you guys. So whoever in your mind should get the title shot because I like that person. Oh, they couldn't get too many title shots, could they? Because that's who you like. Come on, man. Mercedes Monè ruined the whole event. Man, you guys are just such assholes, man. Like really. You know, when I look at the people like AJ Styles, I like him as a wrestler. You know, I like LA Knight as a wrestler. You know, Orton has always been solid in the ring. Chad Gable is solid in the ring, but he's a goofball. They fuck him up with his character. I like Ivy now, even though she can't win shit. That's just the way she's being used. For everybody in the WWE right now that's not being used right. Karrion Kross. I knew that motherfucker when he was Killer Kross. Yeah. Had a bald head. And was nowhere near WWE ring at the time. If all of these people that's being underutilized decided to come to AEW, you hateful people will sit up here and take your funky ass to church and pray and all this and call yourselves children of God, and you just, like I said, you bunch of hateful motherfuckers. You guys can sit up and hate all you want, but when you sit here and say, oh, they were better in WWE, oh, they should have never left WWE, there you go, doing exactly what Ron Killings is talking about, trying to dictate somebody's life, trying to dictate somebody for who and what they are, what they should and shouldn't be doing, because you like something or don't like something. And this is why you guys find yourselves in the position that you're in, always getting cursed out and blocked from somebody's channel. You probably have no friends, and I know in real life none of you got the mouth that you have, you little keyboard warrior motherfuckers. I already know how that shit goes. You guys talk too much. That's what I think about you. You talk too much. Always saying the wrong shit to grown men. Go out and play with your little kitty friends and stay in a child's place. Because we don't play that shit over here, man. You're going to fucking sit and tell a grown-ass man what he should and shouldn't like because your little bitch-ass like men. That's your fucking problem. One of the reasons, like I said, like when I look at Mercedes Monè, I look at China and I look at her struggles and what she went through and how she ended up doing porn and you know, she made an appearance at one of, you know, with Kurt Angle at a TNA event, had that one match, and then because of the porn situation, TNA didn't, you know, Shawn Michaels, who told Mandy Rose she had to take down her OnlyFans, you know, or they was going to strip her of the belt and all or whatever. She fucking walked out on them. Shawn Michaels was in fucking was it Playgirl or whatever, one of them magazines. This motherfucker, Mr. I'm a Christian, posed in one of them fucking magazines. Come out shaking his ass, sexy. But listen to his fucking theme song. And you're going to, you know, have a problem with female wrestlers pretty much having OnlyFans channels because this is a family show. A family fucking show. Vince McMahon had a Kiss My Ass Club. Okay? A Kiss My Ass Club. Grown men getting on their knees. He drops his pants and they kiss his ass to keep their jobs. Rhea Ripley takes her ass and rub it in people's faces in the corner. Just saying. That's a family show? You want your kids seeing that? Because I guarantee you, unless you're the most incompetent parents in the world, your kids wouldn't even see what Mandy Rose is doing. But anybody can jump on YouTube and watch Rhea Ripley take her little sweet ass and rub it in somebody's face. Family show? Oh, okay, right. You know, but this is what I'm telling you guys, man. The most truth you can say is, well, hey, man, AEW and WWE are different. Two different directions, two different focuses. you don't respect AEW's decision to not go the sports entertainment route. That's your fucking business. But you sound stupid because you're mad at a person or a group of people for not giving you that bullshit like Iguana Man and all this goofy shit. You guys you want this silly shit. You don't take wrestling serious. Rhea Ripley said people don't take women's wrestling serious. You don't take wrestling serious. Iguana Man is about 150 fucking pounds, have the stupidest looking fucking costume, and he's just a character. And another thing, like I said before, a team like Private Party, they come out, they're dancing, got the little velvet rope, got the red carpet, got the champagne shit, you know what? They're playing characters. You know what I respect about AEW? They got black men and women that can speak a fucking sentence. Ain't nobody in AEW yelling, yeah, all gas, no rings, yeet, all this stupid. Nobody's doing that. Ain't nobody in AEW, yo, now Shan, yo, it's like this right here, you know what I'm saying, nigga? And nobody's doing that shit. Nobody's doing that. You see black men and black women and people of color, you got Caucasian, people speak. They say what they say, they do what they do, but it's all about entertaining the fans, not playing into stereotypes. Triple H told you guys he don't see color. Yet you guys know that we need some British stars, so when we go and travel to the UK and do shows, we need some Latino fans, wrestlers, so we can go to Mexico and all these other places, and you need some black wrestlers, so hey, we're trying to get the black audience. That's if Triple H would have told you motherfuckers, race and gender does not, alter my decision on who I want in this company and their talents. That's what I look for, is the talent. It's nothing to do with their skin color. But they say I don't see skin color, I don't see color. Yeah, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. But bottom line, they always the stereotypes. Why all Latinos always got to be fucking sneaky? Why they always got to be real sneaky and always, plotting on somebody? What they say in Eddie Guerrero's song, I lie, we cheat, we steal, we lie. Who are we? Oh, that's what Latinos do. They just a bunch of thieves and shit, huh? Yo, man, can you dig it? Suck on it. Right. People stopped saying sucker in the damn 70s. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. Everything. Jive. Come on, y'all. Wake up. Wake up. Stop fucking looking for everybody to do the same things and acting like if they're not doing it the way the WWE does it, they're not doing it right. And a whole lot of y'all know that they're doing shit that y'all don't like. That's why they went from a fucking 5.9 to a 2.7. So all those other people said, fuck this WWE shit, and walked away. Yeah. They haven't returned yet. Yet you act like whatever the WWE does, that's what everybody should be doing. That's bullshit. They do not define what wrestling is. And they do not, have say-so. They control your stupid asses. If Mercedes Monè was back in WWE, she'd be in these bullshit little matches that they have, these same little bullshit little storylines that make no sense, like Triple H told you they don't have to. Instead, she's in AEW winning multiple belts, and I believe she's about to win her 6th one. And hopefully Camille, when she's done with this movie, she returns. Megan Baines down, maybe Penelope Ford, Sky Blue is back, Queen Aminata, Athena, all these, hey, they're all living their lives happy while you're sitting up here miserable, focusing on a company to want to see their downfall because you're miserable ass. Like Rhea Ripley told you, you guys are miserable. You are. Your miserable ass don't want to see people succeed because they're no longer in the WWE. You know how fucking lame you are, man. You guys are a bunch of simps for real, man. This is all I got for you guys right now. Catch you guys on the next video. Mercedes Monè is second to none. Deal with it, bitches.